How'd you guys do in Morris?
We did good. We won. So
You won?
Yeah.
Well, Jesus, we should have talked about that.
Oh, God damn it.
God damn.
What kind of shitty show are
Our
we running
research
here?
department is just fucking garbage.
Hey everybody, welcome to Curling Nation Season 3, Episode 12, Australian Rules episode. Today on the show we have Tahli Gill and Dean Hewitt from Team Australia Mixed Doubles. They were kind enough to come to the Madtown Double Down, and Tahli came to the House of Hearts.
So did Dean. Dean was there.
And Dean did too, that's right.
Sure
Yeah.
was.
Sure was.
Apparently you had too much fun at House of
Apparently
Hearts.
you drank too much.
Let he who was without sin cast the first stone, Mike. Yep.
Yeah, Mike.
We'll just
At
leave
least
it
I
at
knew
that.
Dean was there.
Yeah. Well, we'll just what happens at House Hearts.
Just leave it there.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
Let's leave it there. It's fine. But first of all, thanks to Motus Financial for their support of the Curling Nation podcast. Visit motuscc.com for your online store credit card processing needs. Contact Mason. He knows what he's doing, whether you need a credit card swiper, point of sale system, an integrated point of sale system. Motus has what you need to do. So also, if you need end cards, we have end cards for sale. We're going to send some up to the 5 and under spiel.
Cool.
500 nationals.
5 under nationals, correct, which is also coming up. We're going to talk about. So
Boom.
so yeah, that's what I got.
Mike.
Craig.
Joel.
Great. What are our updates? Do we have updates? We normally do updates after you talk about Motus.
Updates. Schuster finished tied for 7th at Worlds.
Yeah,
correct.
Not the greatest showing, but they pulled some wins together at the end to get them up to 7th.
Find ESPN Madison on your social media channels and watch their reel from today. It was humorous.
It is humorous. I think that they did not
yes.
obviously perform as well as they would have liked.
Agreed.
But they didn't play. I don't think they played as bad as their record maybe showed.
Yeah, they didn't play bad. They just didn't hit their. They didn't hit their stride. They didn't really get into it. I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah, just a little
just come on kinda
bit
flat.
off, and you
Little
know,
flat.
man, I don't know. I mean, it's really good competition, and you're just a little off, and you lose some games, and that they probably thought they were going to win. That it looked like they would have won on paper, but we curl on ice, not paper.
Yeah. I think the margin of error at that level is just getting...
It's so tight. It's so tight.
Much smaller.
Yeah.
Was there? I did see that Colin got some games in there.
Yeah. Yeah. They all...
He played at
Good
least
for him.
2
Yeah.
that I saw. Maybe another one in there, but good for him. Glad he got out there. I think Landsteiner took one game off, and the other game,
Yeah.
did Matt take off? I think Matt didn't play a game also.
Probably. Yeah. Lance already talked about them having a couple of draws back to back that they wanted to shuffle some people around.
Sure.
And Colin's going to be a good fit for any team he's on. He's a good teammate, so that certainly wasn't the issue.
Sure.
No, I don't...
No.
Yeah.
No.
But
Did you guys watch much of it? Any of it?
I didn't really watch much, honestly.
I watched more towards the finals in the end.
What's
I
your
did
thoughts
during
on
the
this recast? I don't know if I think we slightly touched on it at one point.
I spent $12 and got like a bunch of credits. I had some credits left over from before. But I think it's good. I'll spend that money to not watch commercials and watch a quality broadcast.
Okay. I think the
because they show every rock. Like
yeah.
during the end break, they will show the wide shot.
Yep.
And then leads first rock coming out, they'll show it. It might not have any audio. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, depending on which feed it is. But they will show every rock, and then if it's the TSN feed, they won't have any audio. Sometimes they'll have audio, sometimes they won't. But when the commercial comes back, they'll bring in the audio. But they'll show every shot.
Mm-hmm. I was annoyed at first because I didn't want to spend the money, and so I just clicked on ads.
You gotta watch
on the you gotta watch a lot, but
you gotta watch a lot of ads.
Like I was at the office and I put my computer on mute, and then every 30 seconds, the first day or the first game or two worth of credits that I earned, I wasn't smart enough to put it on mute.
Can't you write this off as a business expense, Craig, at the office?
I did eventually. Yeah. Once I got sick of clicking on ads, I bought like $5 worth, which was enough to get me, like through the playoffs.
There you go.
But no, plus I also put my kid in charge of clicking ads for like
that's probably fun for him.
20 minutes one day. Yeah. I'm like, because I don't know what he was doing. He was dicking around on the computer or TV or something, and I'm like, here's what you got to do. Mm-hmm. I'm like, every 30 seconds you got to click this button and then that button, and then wait until it goes, and then click this one again and that one again, and just keep doing that over and over. And he says, why? I'm like, because then we can watch curling tonight and we don't have to pay for it. Okay.
I did that.
You can have a soda.
I tried to do that, but then if you I had it open on this page, and then if you clicked away from it, the ad would pause.
Right. And that's sneaky. That's a good move by them.
That's a good move by them, because I was totally gonna do that.
I know.
No, you gotta watch it. And that's when I paid the $12 for 1,000 credits, I think, and. I did the math, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm supporting curling broadcasting, which I'm a part of. So I get that. I'm totally for it.
I'd be willing to bet you've spent $12 on Far Wars.
I've spent a lot of money on dumber shit in my life.
Yeah, for sure. I think that.
That's a fact.
The trick that I had going in my favor was I would start doing some work and using my Motus Financial system that I have at the office.
It just works so well, right?
I had to works so well. I have to do some stuff on the computer, and then I have to stop doing things on the computer and start doing some things on my Motus Financial system, point of sale system. And so I would click the button and then start typing on this system, which did not automatically pause the ad. And then that would be 2 of those commercials worth of credits. And then I would have to go in the other room and pack an order. And so then I'd click it again and walk out of the room and start packing my order. And then I'd come back in. So, for every order that I had to pack, I could probably get through about 4 commercials without having to, alter my life at all.
Commercials?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
But then, like I said, eventually I just forked over $5 to get me through the playoffs because I was sick of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And but I do think that the
people
quality
really
was
why we have trouble broadcasting curling here in the U.S.
right. And I'm complaining about $5 and whatever. Like I shouldn't be. In hindsight, like
if we want,
it's
curling,
$5 and
if we
$10,
curling
whatever.
broadcast in the U.S., we're
gonna have to pay something.
honestly
for
we're
it.
gonna have to be the ones to pay for it. Like you want to see it.
Can the show just pay for all of us to watch curling next year? No, maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
If someone wants
$12, I'll spend it next year.
If somebody wants to sponsor us to
okay,
do that,
perfect. If you want to email the show,
email the show,
curlingnetwork.com.
Yeah.
Buy us some recast credits.
But I agree. The coverage was good, and the they had great commentators.
Yeah.
I mean, like they didn't.
I think it was basically the YouTube feed that they've had for years.
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
production. But yeah, all those guys. I mean, Kevin Martin was on there. Mike Harris was on there. Tyler George was on there.
Jennifer Jones, Rona Martin,
Sonder,
Luke Coley.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I mean, they're
the usual cast of characters.
They're quality announcers, quality commentators.
Yeah.
And it was a quality feed, and it's worth spending a few
every
bucks
once in a while. I saw a camera feed got kind of squirrely, but that happens.
Every once in a while you got to catch like at the end breaks when. If it was being shown on a broadcast network, they would have cut to commercial. Yeah. Every once in a while, you got to hear some things that you don't normally get to hear. Yeah. And that's always entertaining.
It was like that with the Scotties playoffs in the Briar. If you watch the TSN feed that they made available, that was always funny. Like the end of the draw day, or the draw at the end of the day when they're doing like technical stuff, and all of a sudden the tech director's on the screen, just like sitting there.
I never saw any other people, but I heard some things that I wasn't supposed to hear.
We did hear some people that were just talking just random numbers and words, and like this is not curling.
I think the more interesting thing is every once in a while you got. About once a game, maybe even twice a game, you got to hear some mid-end, like between-end conversations with the teams that didn't go out over the air.
Right.
And that's always kind of
cool stuff.
Intriguing.
Certainly worth the $12 I spent.
Yeah.
What else? We talked too much about this.
Okay, so Schuster won. Seventh place. 5-7 was his record. I lost my bet to Tyler. I picked the Italians to win less than 4.5 games. And as soon as they beat Switzerland in like draw 3 or 4, I knew I was in big trouble. Because that was a game they needed to lose. Like they were supposed to lose on paper, and as soon as they won that, I looked at their remaining schedule, and I'm like,
Switzerland lost only one game the whole round robin.
That was their only round robin loss.
That was the only round robin game they lost.
And Italy won one other game they shouldn't have, but then like I needed an upset or two as well, and I didn't get any of those either. So, anyways. I got throttled in that bet, but I did pick...
It only cost you a beer.
It only cost me a beer, and I did pick the gold medal winner and the bronze medal winner. So I think I still did pretty well, even though I lost my bet.
That's fine.
It was super interesting, though, to see...
Who won bronze? Swiss?
Yeah.
Swiss. To see Adine and Gushu in a lout game.
Yeah, and that's...
I wouldn't have picked that. Like, I certainly wouldn't have picked that.
No, and, I don't like the formats that the WCF uses very much at all. But if they didn't have... Like, they've gone to a no tiebreaker situation, so if they had gone to the no tiebreaker situation and still only had 4 teams in the playoffs, then they wouldn't have even had that game. Sweden would have just been out. which would have been even worse than the fact that these, basically two of the top three teams in the world are playing each other
loud game
in the quarters. I don't know. I thought in general the curling was pretty good at this Worlds, though. From what I watched, the ice looked like it was good.
Dave Merkleren's last event was an ice maker.
Yeah,
it's a big name in the ice making community.
I don't know. My folks were up there. I talked to a few different people that were there, and they all said it was great atmosphere.
Nice. Yeah, I think they always get pretty good crowds in Canada.
The Bromans were up there.
Saw that.
Ken and Mary were up there.
Yeah, my parents got a picture with them.
Pretty good USA contingent up there.
Yeah, my brother-in-law got inducted into the World Curling Federation Hall of Fame on Sunday. That's why my parents went.
Huh.
Pretty cool.
Ian
Tetley.
Yeah, there you go.
Is his name.
Cool.
And awesome. Scotland won.
They did.
They played phenomenal in the final.
They did. Gushu couldn't. Canada couldn't get the right rolls.
Yeah.
And Scotland.
They almost didn't make it there though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
they're what, an eighth inch away from, if even that.
Probably a millimeter.
Yeah.
Italy make that split. They call a sweep call. They call it like Italy makes a sweep call on their last shot and
in the semi.
And they don't brush that yellow rock. That other one makes it on the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if they do brush it, but they brush it a tiny fraction thinner. Anything thinner
did
at
they
all.
Brush it, could they have brushed it at the end and made it like?
I don't think they could have. I don't think sweeping could have changed it, whether it went into the house or not, because it was spinning the wrong way.
Yeah,
because it was
super close.
The other one, the one on the right spun the right way.
Yeah.
But the one on the left that they hit.
It seemed like the one that they hit, the stationary rock seemed like it clipped.
It did.
The top when it went.
It did.
It clipped it. It clipped.
If it would have clipped it any thinner, I mean, probably a millimeter or two is enough to make that shot. And I think that Scotland maybe.
But Retronas had 12 seconds on the clock to make that. Make that call.
Yeah. And that's a long split too. So it's a hard call. Even if there wasn't a red one there kind of in the way, it's still a really hard split to call and make. But any thinner and it is. But I think Scotland maybe made the wrong call on their last rock in the 10th.
I'll have to go back and watch.
They tried to pick that rock out to win the game. But if they don't throw at all, Italy at best has a draw for 2.
Got it.
And an extra end. And so they have to I don't know if Scotland, I think Scotland was also running low on time.
I'll have to go back and watch.
But if they I think they needed to realize that they can't do that. They can't run it back and double their own. If they wreck, they get an extra end. If they flash, they get an extra end. If they run it back and jam, there's a potential they lose. And I don't know that they thought that through.
Yeah.
But
sure. But it was
Italy made the call to win the game in 10 rather than playing the extra without hammer.
That was the right call because they still had. I still think they had a pretty good chance of making. Even if they missed that shot, they got a pretty good chance of getting 1.
Well, they need 2 to tie.
Well, I mean, they had one
they had-
already.
They had one. They had to get the roll.
They had to get one of the two in. All they have to do is make sure they don't hit it too thick. If they hit it too thick, they lose. But as long as they're too thin, they're gonna spin that first one in, no matter what. So I think that it was fairly risk-free to get the extra end, and I think it was 100% the right call. To try and get that win there.
Hammy Jr.'s dad was there. We know Hammy Jr. Hammy Sr. from House Hearts. That was pretty cool to see. So,
congratulations to them.
Congrats to
Scotland
and the boys.
It was a very well played week for them and a very well deserved win. They played well that game.
What else?
Well, we're gonna have There's some more stuff, but we're gonna have another episode this week. We're gonna have almost a double header this week, so we'll talk about the other stuff, the U21s, and some other things next episode. Great. So right now, let's get to Talia and Dean.
All right, we got a great interview today. They're coming to us from Australia via Canada. I'm excited to have them on. They're the biggest thing to come out of Australia since Steve Irwin and I think the Torpedo. Welcome to the show, Dean Hewitt and Tahli Gill. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Hi.
absolutely. You guys are.
What's the Torpedo?
The Torpedo? You don't know what the Torpedo was? Oh, he was
Ian Thorpe
was probably like the greatest swimmer before Phelps got on the scene. And then I think Torpedo in his waning years and Phelps in his like upcoming years they were like big rivals, weren't they? I feel like they were.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely,
yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, Thorpe's a legend in Australia.
Right behind you guys, right? There's Dean and Tahli, and then there's the Torpedo. No,
I don't know about that.
Not quite.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
They have to medal
I
for it.
like it not yet, but definitely no.
Who are the big sports stars in Australia? I don't even know.
We've got a few actually. We've got Kathy Freeman's massive. She's like just such a legend. Dawn Fraser.
Yeah, a lot of swimmers. That's just out there.
Libby Trickett.
Those are all swimmers.
Natalie Cook, the volleyballer.
Okay.
Natalie Cook.
Okay.
Cricket is massive too.
Oh yeah, cricket.
Oh man, I wouldn't know any cricketers. Do you call them cricketers?
Do you guys?
Because you wouldn't know them, so
That's fine.
Like, are you guys big cricket fans?
I am.
Oh.
Love cricket. Used to play it when I was younger, and wish I still did today.
I haven't spent enough time watching it. I can't figure out the rules. I've tried a couple times, and I need somebody who knows what's going on to like watch it with me and explain the rules.
I know if you hit one over the wall, it's a 6, and if you
That's
hit the boundary, it's a 4.
Yeah.
And after that,
That's all I know.
after that, I'm pretty lost. And I think if you spin the ball the one way, it's a googly. Is that right?
Oh yeah. There we go.
Boom.
That's beyond.
Yeah. You know everything.
I knew it. Everything.
Way to go! Wow.
Had some friends from India in college, and they were super intense about it. They tried to explain it to me one time, but it didn't take.
Didn't take.
No,
It didn't take.
Awesome. Well, enough about cricket. We could probably talk about curling.
No,
too.
not yet.
No, not yet. All right.
I'm done with cricket though. Where do you guys live in Australia?
Well, we don't live in the same state, so I live in Brisbane, and then Dean's a little far away. He's in Melbourne.
About a 2.5-hour flight away from each other, so we're not very close at all.
Oh, right.
Okay.
That's pretty far.
2.5 hour flight. So how can you drive? Could you drive it if you had to?
Yeah, you could drive it, but people generally don't drive long distances in Australia. It would take 20 hours. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like 1,500 miles. It's like driving to Salt Lake from here.
Like,
It's
yeah.
a long ways. Where, how did you guys, like, hook up? Do you have curling clubs in each of your own hometowns?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Like, I mean, if you call them curling clubs, essentially we curl on hockey ice. So we have a club in 3 states at the moment active, and then also in Sydney. But yeah, we essentially saw each other playing at juniors back more than 10 years ago now, and knew of each other for quite a few years there. And then we played against each other in the nationals, and I saw that Tahli was playing pretty well, and I thought, well, it's probably time to ditch mum and go get Tahli instead. No,
How'd mom feel about that?
Mum.
Was mom all right with that choice?
Yeah, no, it was a mutual thing. We knew that it was going to be our last year together, so I was trying to look for the future there, and fortunately it worked out pretty well.
Excellent.
I would
So
say-
how long have you been playing together?
Together since 2018. So
Okay.
5-ish
So-
years.
Up to 5.
Yeah.
Pretty good start to get in. So you got into which Olympics is past one?
You were at the 22 games, right?
22 games, right?
Yeah, 22 in Beijing. Yeah.
Okay. Was there an No, there was mixed doubles at 2018, right?
Yeah, that was the
Yes.
first one.
Was there an Australian representative, or did Australia not qualify in 2018?
No, we were the first ones to qualify since it's been a medal sport. So it was a first for Australia that we were there.
Nice.
For mixed
pretty
doubles
cool.
or for all of curling?
For curling.
Okay.
Yeah, for curling.
Great.
Yeah, it was
Congrats.
exciting. Australia got really pumped about it, and there was a lot of hype back home, so it was really good. Good viewership apparently, so that was good.
I think I asked you at House of Hearts, how big was the Winter Olympics delegation? Because I feel like Australia doesn't... They probably have a big Summer Games delegation, but not a big Winter Games delegation.
Yeah, there's a big difference between winter and summer. I think for summer we have around 400 athletes, and then at the last Winter Games we had 43 athleets.
Wow.
That's a big difference.
Which is really good. Like, it's good for Australia. It's definitely nothing compared to the US, but
Well, yeah, I think our populations are slightly different, but what other sports are represented in the Winter Games?
Like, Australia actually does really well in aerials and moguls. They're kind of two of the big disciplines, and we kind of punch above our weight a little bit there, actually. And in snowboard as well, we've got a couple medals in the snowboard at the Olympics as well. And yeah, I think the season we've just had after the Olympics for the whole of Australian winter sport has been phenomenal, and probably our best season yet. So hopefully we're looking forward to some big things in the next 3 years leading up to next Olympics too.
Nice. When you say you had a good season, do you mean that there's been bigger interest in the sports that were at the Olympics? So there's more interest in snowboarding, there's more interest in aerials. I assume there's more interest in curling.
Yeah, definitely more interest. Numbers have gone up hugely, which is fantastic. A lot more people actually know what curling is in Australia. But also the results from all the winter sports have been unreal from all the athletes. So yeah, it's looking really good for the future too.
Nice. Is there a chance that you will get a dedicated curling facility in Australia anytime soon?
yes. So they're
Whoa.
looking to have one built by 2025, which is the best news ever. And yeah, hopefully that all works out. 4 sheets, fully dedicated. So very, very exciting for Australia, and hopefully we see even more of a growth in the sport.
Would that be...
That's going to be built in Canberra, which is like our capital city. So
Okay. I
And
was
Yeah.
just going to ask where it was going to be built. If it was going to be built in Brisbane
Yeah.
and Melbourne.
I assume, is that going to be the National Training Center for curling then? I assume?
Probably.
Or-
yeah, I think so.
because the whole facility, they've got 2 hockey rinks attached to it as well. And so trying to create that as a bit of a hub for winter sport as well. So hopefully we get a lot of numbers and interest in that. And you'll no doubt probably see us there a lot more often than anywhere else in Australia curling.
Right.
No,
But
we will.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, you two make your, I don't know, residence in Edmonton, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're living out of Edmonton for like pretty much this season. So I would say like 7 months of the year we're over in Canada, and then like maybe a few other tour events here and there, maybe across Europe and the US. So it's good. It's pretty much a full year of winter. Then we'll go back home for our winter, which is nothing compared to the winter in North America, but still it's not our summer, which I much prefer, but that's okay. Worth it.
I was just going to ask what winter is like in Australia. I know embarrassingly little about Australia, I think.
You know embarrassing little about a lot of things.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Well, interesting though, Australia gets more snow than Switzerland, believe it or not. But in reality though, Australia is quite big. We've got a fair few mountains, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, our winters are not cold, really. I think in Melbourne it's almost as cold as it gets, and it was like -2 last year, and that was like the coldest morning we've had in years and years. So it doesn't really get below 0 in many places in Australia at all.
Yeah. Where I live, it gets to 15 degrees maybe.
This is Celsius,
Oh,
right?
I'm talking Celsius.
Yeah.
That's okay. No, it's okay. We'll do the...
Yeah.
We can do the math.
Joel,
People can do math on their own. It's
yeah,
fine.
this is not a math
Asking
show.
me
Yeah,
It's okay.
60 degrees Fahrenheit? No? I think because we were asking and
Yeah.
I had to pick a number in Fahrenheit that I could just remember and not do the conversion.
Yeah, it'd be close to
Well, you
60
can.
for you.
you
Be
can-
like cold winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for high temperatures, 60 degrees, you're still getting 60 degrees for a high temperature in the summer. So like 15
In the winter.
In the winter, 15 Celsius or so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Pretty warm.
That's nice. I'll take that.
It's
So-
nothing to complain about.
What made you choose to go to the coldest large city in North America?
There are a few reasons, but we still question ourselves daily about that. We've got a coach up here, so we work with Laura Walker here, and she's fantastic. And yeah, it means so much to us to be able to actually work with her day in, day out, and have a sports psychologist here. And I'm fortunate enough to have citizenship in Canada too, so I can work and have a job in Edmonton as well. So it kind of all panned out pretty nicely to stay over here. And yeah, I mean, being able to get close to the mountains too, I mean, you can't ask for much more than that.
Unpack that. You're a Canadian and an Australian citizen?
Yep. Yeah, so my mum's Canadian originally, so I naturally got a Canadian passport from that. But never really lived over here, and this is the most I've ever spent over here at all. But yeah, always grown up in Australia. Still don't have any Canadian accent in me, but it's still my second.
Where'd your mom grow up in Canada?
Even colder in Winnipeg.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
the winter peg.
Man, those are like the coldest places there are.
yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not just in Canada, man.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, just, I mean, unless you start going up in, like, Yukon territory and...
Yeah, like, but as far as like actual cities go,
Yeah,
like
fair.
if I'm naming the coldest cities I've ever been to, Edmonton and Saskatoon and Winnipeg are probably my top 3. And
Moscow?
it wasn't that cold when I
Wasn't
was
that
there,
cold when you were there?
but
Moscow?
I suppose it gets cold there too. So, do you guys play men's and women's also, or just mixed doubles?
Yeah, we're both involved in men's and women's. I have two younger sisters, and my mum got me into curling, so we all kind of team up, and we have a few friends that play as well, like close family friends. So we all play. We're all around the same age, and we have a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And so
I've got a
you,
men's team as well. So we've got our nationals coming up in probably 2 months now. So going to get into that again, and hopefully can represent Australia with those guys again, because that Pan-Continental event that's coming up should be a lot of fun again.
so
did you curl in the Pan-Continental, Dean?
Yep.
I don't think I
played
even
in
knew that.
last one
That's cool.
against Corey and all the big teams now, which is great. It's a lot better than just Pacifics, and getting more exposure in Canada and US is fantastic.
For sure.
where is that going to be held next year? Do you know?
No
I
idea.
don't know.
I'm really hoping for Japan. Love Japan. It's one of my favorite countries in the world. So that's a place I want to go. But yeah, who knows?
When did World switch to that?
Last year.
Last year. So, Canada and the U.S. are involved in that as well.
Correct. They
And-
played in Calgary
Yeah.
last fall.
So Pan-Continental is U.S. is pretty much North America, and then
all of the Asian
all the-
Pacific teams.
Yeah.
from Korea down to Australia,
Yeah.
and then the other half is the Europeans.
Correct.
So basically, it's just two separate to get to. Okay, so get the worlds, two separate tracks together. You'd be European or
Where does
everyone else
or the host country.
or the host country.
does Brazil go to Pan-Continental?
Yep.
They're probably
Brazil does. What about
Yeah.
Mexico?
So
Yeah.
it's essentially, literally, it's Europe as a group, and then it's the rest of the world as the
Rest of the world-
Pan-Continental.
okay.
Like,
Rest of the world
you've got
Pan-Continental.
Africa, Middle
Got it.
East, Asia.
I was just gonna say is like, so Nigeria goes to the Pan-Continental, and is there an A group and a B group, or is there just
Yeah, they'll have like the A pool and then the B pool, but they'll play at the same time, just at a different
Got it.
arena.
got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
that's very similar to the Europeans, right? The Europeans have an A and a B.
Yes. Tali, did you go
Very-
to Pan-Continental?
No, our team got second, so we just missed out. But
Yeah.
I know it would have been fun. Maybe in the future though.
Got it. Will you be competing in? So Dean said the men's nationals is in a couple months. Is the women's at the same time, or is that a different time?
Yes, the women's is the same time. Our team's not going this year. It just hasn't worked out work-wise, and I was kind of looking forward to getting a little bit of work and spending time at home and stuff like that. So, yeah, it didn't work out this year for us, but next year, I'm sure we'll be back at it.
Okay. You'll make an Olympic run in the 4-person team and the mixed doubles, right?
Yeah, why not?
Might as
Why
well.
not?
There you
Yeah, with my sisters, that'll be cool. That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. So, what do you, Dean? You said you're working in Canada. What do you do?
So I'm an exercise physiologist. So essentially at the moment, I'm working in research at the University of Alberta, and we're looking into a lot of heart conditions. So at the moment, it's people that have gone through breast cancer and had chemo and survived. And what that often leads to with chemo is that it's a bit toxic to the heart. So often people develop heart failure after having breast cancer treatment. So we're using exercise to actually reduce their chance of getting heart failure, full stop. So yeah, it's looking really promising and, really valuable and, rewarding overall, that's for sure.
Sounds like it. That sounds much more important than curling.
Yeah.
Figure that out, man.
Yeah, probably is more important, but I do enjoy curling, so I'll stick with that.
Fair enough. Tahli, what do you do? Like, are you working at all now, or you aren't able to?
Not right now. I just graduated from university last year. So I graduated as a primary school teacher, which I've just got to start working in Australia. So being over here, not quite yet, but I'll get there. So when I go home, I'll start doing that, and I'm so excited. I love teaching. It's it's a good job. The kids are just they're so funny, and it's very rewarding too to see them grow and learn and everything. It's good.
So what grade do you want to go after, or like what's your range?
So with my degree, I can teach anywhere between prep, which is 5 years old, to year 6, which is 12. My personality is probably more suited for like the younger kids. I'm very much a pushover, so the older kids are like as tall as me, so they're a bit but I wouldn't mind teaching any grade. I think every grade's so different, and every grade has, their differences and challenges and different sort of quirks, I guess. So
100%.
any grade, really. Yeah.
My wife's a teacher, and so I'm familiar with teaching. So it's funny because we have friends who are like, what do you do? Oh yeah, you're a teacher. What grade do you teach? Elementary school. Oh my god, because my wife teaches high school, and she's like, there's no way I could teach little kids. No way. And then teachers like you're like, there's no way I could teach high schoolers. Like, and
yes,
I mean, it's just it's one or the other. I feel like there's no like, oh, I'll teach whatever. It's one or the other.
Oh yeah. Cool. My mum is a high school teacher, and she's like, I couldn't do primary. I couldn't do it. So
exactly.
It definitely is one or the other. And if you do one or the other, you always say like, I could never teach high school, or vice versa. So it's funny how it works out that way.
You'll figure it out.
I couldn't teach any either.
I couldn't teach at all.
I don't have
I would not have the patience.
I don't have the patience for it.
No chance. No chance.
I barely have enough patience for my own children. I definitely don't have enough patience for other kids that are being
I think you barely have
ass.
Enough patience to work with your father some days.
Oh my god.
And he's your like one employee.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh my god. Tough times.
Let's not get into family issues here today, Mike.
That's why I work at home by myself.
Yeah, good for you.
My coworker's the worst.
Your dog?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But you were kind enough to come down to the Madtown Double Down, which was great. It was nice meeting you there. I feel like you guys, and you were up at House of Hearts. We ran into you there. I feel like you guys have not fun spieled much in your curling careers. Is that a correct statement?
That is pretty accurate.
Well, the hardest thing is, like, in Australia, you don't really get many spiels full stop. So growing up, like, we played a bod spiel like once a year, and we just didn't really get to go to those, especially the small town events. I reckon the small town spiels are just the best ones ever. Like, I played in a couple like rock and roll spiels and themed spiels, which are so much fun. And yeah, when you're curling so often and you're playing these serious events and trying to get points and everything, you just like, you don't get the time to play in those small events. But at the end of the day, that's like the best part of curling. That's what we like grew up with, really. And that's what everyone enjoys about curling, is this fun spiel. So I'd love to play more of them for sure. And hopefully that's, down the path for later on in our career too.
When you were juniors, did you make it to junior worlds, or was there like a junior playdown where you kind of it was serious but maybe more fun?
Well, juniors in Australia is like pretty small, so the way it worked for us is we kind of just nominated as a team, and we were the only team that nominated, so we were the national champions. And then we would go to whatever event that Australia was in. So I think when we first started, it was the Pan Pacific Juniors.
Okay.
Which was just like the Pacific regions, and then that opened up to World Junior B. So that was pretty much everyone that was in the B group, and then you have to win, like get top 3, I think, in that, to then go on to the Junior A's. So
got it.
It was fun because we weren't expecting much out of it as a country, but still not like, like Madison was heaps of fun. The vibe that Maddie and like the rest of the club created was awesome, and Johnny Moe actually recommended that we go to that event, so we'll definitely be back. And Yeah, House of Hearts as well was super fun and definitely different from events that we've normally been in, but it's good to go to those events and remind yourself why curling is the way it is, the social aspect, everyone just having a chat after the game and socializing. I mean, that's what curling's all about. So It's good to go to that and really live the true curling life.
Oh, 100%. That's where it's at, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how big is Australian curling as a country? Like, I don't like you said, it's kind of spread out, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know, like how many clubs you have, or do you have an estimate of how many
curlers do you think there are in Australia?
Curlers do you have?
So I think we'd be between about 200 and 300 curlers, like 200 members that curl regularly in Australia, full stop. So I'm guessing it's probably smaller than most clubs across North America. And we're a full country. So yeah, it is pretty small. We've only got those 3 clubs and they're only basically one night a week. So
3 clubs. Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 clubs, a couple hundred curlers. So going to a dedicated facility, that's a pretty big step.
Yes, it's huge. And even just the availability to curl as well. Like all of the like Brisbane, Melbourne and Perth, they would only get one. I think Perth gets 2 sessions a week and it's only for a couple hours. So the fact that we could have 4 sheets pretty much, like 9 to 9, that would be like a huge step forward for curling in Australia, and hopefully open up the chance for some, North American guys to come over and we can have an event. And New Zealand has a dedicated facility of 4 dedicated facilities. So there could definitely be a little bit of a, Southern Hemisphere tour as well that we could try and organize. So I'm excited. I'm so excited for that rink to be built. It's going to be huge for our country.
Cool. I'm sure we would love to come down there and teach you guys how to spiel.
Yeah. We'll have to. We need the pros there.
Nice.
How is the relations between the Australians and the New Zealand
that
people?
Was going to be my question. Great.
Like, is there a big rivalry? I mean, I think there is in certain sports and certain aspects of life, but is it carry over to curling as well?
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, it's a fierce rivalry on the ice, but we're like best mates off the ice. So, we get along so well. They're some of our best friends over there, and we'd do anything for them. But once we get on the ice, it's not pretty.
We want to beat them, and I know they want to beat us. So it's a friendly competition.
Yeah,
I think it's like USA Canada probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just want to beat them, but if we're not curling against them, we'll cheer for them. Maybe you won't, but I do.
I was cheering for Scotland in the men's Worlds game.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
I almost never cheer for Canada. Almost never.
All right.
It takes a special team that Canada is playing against in a bad way for me to pull for Canada.
All right.
I went to a tour championship one year in Newfoundland, and there was 3 foreign teams. There was us and a team from Scotland and a team from Switzerland, and all 3 of us won on the same day. And we found ourselves all at a bar at the same time, and we were so pumped up for each other.
Yeah,
because it was a good day for the rest of the world. Like
but you guys won and Canada lost.
We were like between the 3 teams, we were like 0-5 coming into that day.
Got it.
And then all 3 of us got a win that night. And then we drank too much to celebrate the fact that it was the rest of the world's day. Maybe. We didn't. I don't think anybody qualified that year.
Okay.
No, I've been to several championships where like there's people that you don't even know from different countries.
Okay.
And they'll give you like the good luck when you're about to go and play Canada. Or if you beat Canada, it's like you get random high fives from people.
Is that more so if it's in Canada? Or is that worldwide?
That was worldwide, but I'm not sure. You know, it may not be as big of a thing now because they're not like head and shoulders favorite every single event now.
Got it.
Where 20 years ago they were.
Fair. Fair. That makes sense. Got it.
Yeah.
Screw the Canadians. They don't listen to this. They don't listen to this show anyways.
We do get some downloads from Canada, but
no, I'm just kidding.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I've had a wonderful portion of my life in Canada.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't. I just at the championships, I'm usually not cheering for them.
That's fine.
That's
All
how.
right, that's fine.
Let me
That's fine.
walk it back a little bit.
I thought it was a good question about the Aussies and the Kiwis.
Sure.
So that's great.
So do you guys ever just like go over there and practice because there's dedicated ice and you can go for a week or whatever and curl every day?
Yes, we actually have to play our nationals in New Zealand right now because it just makes more sense, like, you know, competition wise, that we have our nationals on a dedicated facility. So we're over there probably 2-3 times a year. And then like training as well. If we just want to go over for a couple weeks rather than going all the way over to North America, we just pop over to New Zealand and hang out with the Kiwis, get on some curling ice, and then go home. So yeah, we're over there quite a bit. The seasons are obviously opposite as they are in the Northern Hemisphere. So how do they run their ice? Like, are they running it in New Zealand winter and then shutting it down in New Zealand summer like we would here, but opposite?
So New Zealand has ice the whole year round.
Okay.
So it's pretty incredible, and I don't think they've taken out their ice in, it'd be coming up to like 15, 20 years.
Wow.
So they've had ice the entire time. So it's impressive, and it's great to be able to, you know, head over there if we needed to before an event in North America, because we can go over there in summer for us and then head over to the North American winter. But yeah, generally we'll just try and tend to get up to North America straight away once it's winter up here, because all the big events are here and coaches are here, so it just makes a bit more sense to be here instead of New Zealand.
Okay.
Got it.
How did you guys hook up with John Morris as your coach?
It's a cool story, actually. So
we'll be the judge of that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool story, but Dean can say it. Okay, so I'm just load up all the pressure on Dean now.
He has the connection, so I'll let him tell the story, and there you go. I just set you up a little bit.
Thanks for that. My dad used to play in the Australian men's team for years, and at that time they had John's dad, Earl Morris, as their coach for years as well. So Earl actually coached against John at the 2008 World Championships as well. But yeah, so we knew the Morris family really well through family, and after, you know, a bit of success in 2019, we came together and we said, well, who are we going to get as a coach? Because we need a good coach, and we said, well, no one better than the Olympic gold medalist. Let's go for him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, sure enough, John was interested and had a chat with him. So yeah, we had him for a few years there actually. And yeah, he's just kind of moved into more of a family role since playing in men's. And so we've kind of parted ways in the middle of this season. But yeah, what he's done for us as a team, it was incredible. And can't thank him enough. Like, he was so instrumental leading into that Olympics and getting us the Olympics, that it was just phenomenal. Like, to learn from someone who's won 2 Olympic gold medals, it's just unreal.
Excellent.
Better than average story.
Better than average, yep.
Average.
We'll say it's a good story. Yeah.
I'll take that.
I don't know how she phrased it. She said it was cool story or a good story?
Great.
I feel like it was better than average. Just saying.
We'll go back and check the tape. I think she might have said it's a great story.
It's a good story. Either way, like it wasn't like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
No, I think it's a good story. Good story.
I do have a habit of hyping things up more than what they should be. So I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. I think that's an Australian quality in general, in that you just have a very perky outlook on life. Like, I don't know that I've met very many Aussies who are just like, man, life
Just
sucks.
crabby.
Yeah. Just no, you don't meet a crabby Aussie very often.
We're more of like the overpromise, underdeliver type people, are you saying? Or?
No. I think you find the good in every situation, and I like that. So I don't. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's yeah, I've definitely been in situations with my mates and I'm like hyping something up. I'm like super excited. And then they're like, oh, that was it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a great.
that is-
So what you do when your mates say something like that is then you say at the end of the story, you say, and then I found $20. And then they're going to be like, really? That's a great story. And you're like, no, I didn't really find $20. But it made that story better, didn't it? And they're like, yeah.
I'll try that. That'll work. I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah. I used to say back in college, which was a long time ago, I used to say, and then I found $5. $5 doesn't go so far anymore. So I'm going to say I found 20.
20's good, though. I mean, like, 20's still a good find. Yeah. Like, I mean, 5's not bad, but it's, it's like one beer.
Right.
But not like if you find 20,
That's
you can
one
buy a beer.
Happy hour.
You can buy one beer for you and your friends.
Yeah, and if you're in Wisconsin, you can probably buy a 30 rack of something not great, but whatever.
Sure.
Sometimes it's quantity over quality still.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to use that down the road. Let me know. You can send me an email and let me know how it works.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
Okay, so
perfect.
Dean, you live in Melbourne, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
So do I have a couch to sleep on if I can go to the Australian Open someday?
I'll give you a bed. I'll go like
I don't
next
need a bed. Couch is good.
I was going to ask that question after the show.
Oh, I want it on record.
Yeah.
That's
so
fair.
come on down. Sure. The really sad thing is I've actually never been to the proper Australian Open. So if you do come, take me.
Absolutely.
My guess, well, that's in
January.
That's in your summer.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you're not there.
You're not there
That's
usually.
Well, it's going to be his bed then.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it'll be your bed.
He's not there.
You won't be there.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. I would love to do that someday.
Me too. Same.
That sounds like I need to like get the kids out of the house, and then
you can.
I'm just gonna go by myself and just sit. It's gonna be
you.
like
Are there any
120
degrees around that
degrees,
time too?
and we're gonna drink big giant
Foster's?
Australian beers. I don't know what kind of beer would you drink if you were at the Australian Open.
Probably not Foster's.
Oh no, Foster's is not.
Correct.
Yeah. Foster's is
not
goat
popular
piss down there. That's.
I don't even know where to find Foster's, in all honesty.
Awesome.
I found Foster's more often overseas than I have in Australia. Never drink Foster's. But no, I don't know. Something like Carlton Draft or something.
4X?
No, that's not down. That's up north.
That's where I live.
Your country.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Okay, great.
Do your parents live in Melbourne?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can visit.
Are we staying at their house, or are we staying at your house?
No, you'll be staying at their house.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's even better.
Great. Then we'll have somebody to like tell us where not to go.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
They'll show you around. There'll be little tour guides for you.
Great. All right, it's gonna get about 10 years.
Yeah, I love how this plan is coming together.
I do too.
This is great.
Is there a bonspiel around there too sometime or no? Like
maybe.
Well, when we get this new rink, I'm sure we can create one.
yes.
Like
There you go.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Great.
Put in good word for you guys.
All right. Well,
I'll advocate for
appreciate that. I need all the good words I can get.
Yeah, you do.
The Curling Nation Australian Open spiel.
Sure. We'll do a episode from there.
Yeah.
On the beach. No. From the tennis Stadium.
Oh, that'd be great.
Right there.
From Rod Laver.
Yeah, from Rod Laver Arena.
Perfect. I love it.
It's gonna be.
I love how
this is gonna be great.
Together.
All right,
This is great.
Enough tennis.
This sounds expensive. I don't like this.
Don't worry about it. The podcast will make tens of dollars by then. We'll be able to afford it. It'll be okay.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Yeah.
What else are we gonna talk about?
I don't know. Do you guys? What do you want? Oh, well, you're going to where?
Oh yeah, we're
going
going
to
to
Mixed
talk about
Doubles
Mixed
Worlds.
Doubles Worlds. Jeez,
Shortly.
we almost forgot that.
Boy, we call ourselves the curling
Real
show.
professional outfit we got here. Okay, so you're going there soon, like within a couple weeks
In Korea, right?
in Korea, so you're practically home. At least you're on the right half of the world.
How far is Korea from Australia?
You're closer to the same time zone.
10
anyway.
10 hours?
Still 10 hours.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a long way, dude.
I knew it was a long ways. I guess didn't quite think it was going to be 10, but
Yeah.
all right. At least you're on the right half of the world.
Can you drive there? Somebody had to say.
That was funny. Okay, so tell me about Mixed Doubles Worlds. How many teams are there going to be?
There will be 20 teams. And then there's 20 teams, 2 pools of 10.
Okay.
Good field, like the teams are so good now. It's going to be good competition. And then we just got to make sure we stay in the top 16 so we don't get relegated.
Right. So top 4 advance to playoffs? Out of each pool?
Yes. I think so.
Or
Maybe
top
it's
6?
5.
5?
No. I
Top
think it's
4.
top 3 in each pool, isn't it?
Whoa.
I thought it was top 4. It's playoffs.
I don't know.
I
Here's
think
how much we know about it.
I think you guys should figure out the rules before you show up.
We've got a couple weeks. We're
You
chilling.
still only throw 5 rocks, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who's in your pool yet?
Yeah, we've got Canada. So Canada,
Chumps.
Italy, Netherlands, Hungary, Denmark, Korea. I'm missing someone. Estonia.
Ooh, yeah.
There you go. All right.
So at least we know who's in our pool.
Great.
Oh, and Scotland.
And Scotland.
Czech Republic, I want to say.
Yeah, those two as
Canada,
well.
Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Hungary, Italy, Korea, Netherlands, Scotland.
Yep. I think they got it.
They nailed
They
it.
nailed it.
Nailed it.
Team effort.
Yeah.
Team effort.
You're in Group A. Group B is Austria, England, Spain, Germany, Japan, Norway, Switzerland, Sweden, Turkey, and the U.S.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
And you got to stay in what, top 16, you said? Otherwise, you have to qualify to go back?
Yes.
Got
So
it.
Australia will get relegated to the B group, and then we'll have whoever wins nationals will have to go to that event to then get Australia back into the World A.
How many
Yeah,
teams
we're going to try
are
and
you?
avoid that.
So we
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
avoid it.
Yeah, duh. You'll definitely avoid it because
Sure.
you came on the show, and the
Yeah.
show's pretty good for a bump. So
Yeah.
you get the Curling Nation bump.
Okay.
How many mixed double or how many mixed doubles teams are playing at the Australian National Championship?
Historically, it's been a bit variable. We've had up to about 16 teams at our nationals, but then some years down to 3 or 4. So it just depends on the year and the timing. But I predict there to be a few teams this year. That's for sure.
When is that championship?
That's September. So
Okay.
pretty good break between, and have a bit of time to chill out after Worlds and then get back into it again.
Got it. Have you been to Korea before?
Yes, we both have. I have a couple times.
Yeah, this will be my
So-
4th time, I think, to Korea.
Okay.
It's 2nd time to the same venue, so it'd be good for both of us because we both played at the venue before,
Okay.
know the hotel, know the area, so should be pretty good. I mean, it's the Olympic stadium from 2018, so
Oh,
it's
right
all
on.
decked out, really nice, and my favorite part is that the seniors event is in the hockey arena next door, which has, I don't know how many thousand seats. So that's going to be the premier event, that one.
The seniors is the premier event. Is your dad there? Is your dad a senior? No, your dad can't be. Your dad's a senior? And he'll be there?
He's there. Yeah, he's going to be playing, and same with Tahli's mum as well.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you met in Wisconsin. She was there.
Yeah, she came. Yep.
At Madison. Yeah, so she's going as well. So it'd be good to catch up with her, and we can cheer each other on, which will be really cool.
Nice.
Have you seen the schedule yet? Do you know what games you can watch or can't, or is that not out yet?
We know the mixed doubles schedule, but I'm not sure what the senior schedule's like. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to have a look.
Okay.
They probably have it figured out, but whatever. They'll go when they can. They got bigger fish to fry than figuring out.
They've seen their mom and dad's curl before. They know they're supporting them.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
I just know the senior men are playing at 8 a.m. 4 times. So they've got a pretty rough go at that.
No, that's false, because they're old guys.
They're old
probably
people,
awake early anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Trust me, when you get older, you wake up early and you don't know why, and then you're like, well,
might as well start my day.
Yeah. Like you guys said you wanted to come on at 8:30 Edmonton time, and that's 9:30 our time, and I was like, that's pretty close to my bedtime.
Well, you're getting old.
I am getting old.
I'm older than you, but I'm a night owl.
Yeah,
so.
well, you're also more handsome. So
I am. Thank you. Great. I think
allegedly
more handsome.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Screw you. Let's ask him some of our questions.
Yeah, we're not going to kick you off the show.
Wait, actually, before we do that, though, do you have anything else that we didn't touch on? Australian curling related or otherwise? It doesn't have to be curling related at all that you want to just talk about to our viewer.
When you run into people in Canada and talk to them, where do they think you're from? Do they know you're from Australia?
Yes.
Yes.
Like
all right.
99% is just like straight away.
They
must have a pretty thick accent.
Yeah. Our accent, we can get confused with like the Brits or Kiwis.
Got it.
Which, no offense, but that's a little bit rude.
Yeah.
So you're really not friends with them. You lied earlier.
No. It's just we know there's a big difference between our accents, so it's yeah, we're kind of like, it would be like if someone, I don't know, if someone was like, oh, you sound Canadian.
Well, we're pretty close to Canada, and we do
true.
get accused of that sometimes. But if we were from like Florida or Georgia,
oh god,
and somebody mistook us for somebody from the South, then we'd probably have an issue with that too. So
got it. All right. Okay.
Or for like an Ohio State fan, that'd be like
yeah.
That's fighting words.
All right. I think we know this one. I think you kind of went over it. One of our first questions is, how did you start curling? I think you both just followed in your parents' footsteps. Is that pretty correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly right. Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys at least, you'd follow your parents to like Sunday curling leagues and then ride around on the rocks. I mean, was it just arena curling when your parents were curling? I assume so. Right?
Yeah, actually, when my mum wanted to get into it, there wasn't any curling in Brisbane. So she basically started the club with a few other like Canadians and Scottish people that lived in Brisbane and wanted to do it. So yeah, she actually got it started, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Pretty impressive.
Hey!
You should have hyped that story up.
Yeah, that was a good story. That was a really good story.
Yeah, she taught herself how to curl and everything. So
holy moly!
There you go.
How did she decide that that's what she wanted to get into? I mean, if there was no curling and most people in Australia didn't even know what the sport was, how did she decide that she wanted to found a club?
She saw it on the Olympics and then was like, okay, that's my new sport. It's very different. It's something that not a lot of people would probably do in Australia. So I used to figure skate. So she called up the rink that I did figure skating at and then it kind of all just fell into place. So there were like curling rocks at another figure skating rink that was shipped from Melbourne. So
I sent them.
they
That's so cool.
Literally sent them. Like I remember packaging them and everything.
So yeah, they were just there collecting dust, and they dusted them off and took them to Brisbane. And then she taught me how to curl, and then we got to the Olympics. So I guess it is a pretty cool story.
That is a
we
good
saw
story.
it on the Olympics. And then,
Which Olympics?
which Olympics did she see?
Yes,
Maybe
Torino, 2006.
It was probably that, or it probably was that. I actually haven't asked her.
It couldn't be any
I'll
later
ask her
than that.
Oh.
Was your mom a good athlete in other sports?
Yes. Well, we're all a very competitive family, so if we do a sport, like we're gonna try and be the best at it, just because we're super competitive. But she did skiing. She did like ski instructing, so she's a pretty good skier. She used to do like ballet, things like that.
So her plan was to find a new sport that she can beat her entire family at if she picked it up first.
She could beat the whole country if she picked it up
Yes.
first.
Boom.
I like it.
Yeah.
Love it. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I need to find that sport here.
It doesn't exist,
It doesn't exist.
for you.
Yet. It doesn't exist yet. It will, though. It will.
Okay. All right.
Have you tried cricket?
Yeah, cricket could be
Oh
it.
yeah,
I'm
there's
not a very good. I'm not a very good softball player, so I can't imagine.
Well,
I'm
the
gonna be
bat's
very good at cricket.
bigger, so we're good.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
No, baseball passed me by, so that's fine. Other than your home club, where is your favorite place to curl? I guess.
Hands down, it'd have to be Canmore.
Yeah, Canmore has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, we spent a few months there, and they were literally like family to us. Right within the mountains there, and greatest people ever. So, has to be Canmore, really.
I don't know Canmore. Where's Canmore?
It's southwest of Edmonton.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
In the mountains, correct?
Mountains, like an hour west of Calgary.
Oh, okay. Not as far west as I thought from Edmonton, more south.
More so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, so what's your favorite bonspiel and why?
So it's a tie for me between Madison and the Qualico in Banff Canmore. Just like so many good memories, such good vibes, great atmosphere, really social but really competitive. Great teams enter that, and just added Madison to one of my favorites. So
Yeah, because you got the competitive side and the social side. Like, there's not many events that have both of those. We played in a lot, and the social side, to have that in there with some of the best teams in the world, it's like, it's second to none, really.
Yeah, I think the organizers that put that together did a good job, because I think a lot of the competitive teams come down and they do have a good time, regardless of whether they're still in it or not. It's like Saturday night karaoke is like 90% competitive teams and like 10% rec teams, because I think the competitive teams are just like, we never get to do this.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's party.
You're not the only people to come down and say, like, I haven't played in a fun spiel in 4 years.
Yeah. It's pretty great. I like that. I like what they do with that event. I think they do a great job. So we appreciate having teams like you speak highly of it, but also come and compete in it. So
yeah,
it speaks for itself. It's just awesome.
All right. Setting money or championships aside, what is the best or weirdest thing that you have ever won?
Oh, golly. I think we were in Russia. So we won an event in Russia, and we got presented with, this is in Vladivostok, so like the far east side of Russia.
Okay.
And we got this 5-kilo trophy at the end of it. It was like a marble slab, and then it had their local like bridge on the top, like sticking up out of it.
Okay.
holy cow, this thing was the heaviest thing ever. We had to buy extra baggage just for this trophy because it was so heavy. And we get presented with it. And at the time, Putin is in town, actually. So we had to be careful because we were being presented by Putin's right-hand man or whatever. And so there were like snipers in the buildings, like across the street as well, like watching. Like it was intense.
Yeah.
As we're being presented with this 5-kilo trophy, I'm like, do I shake hands? Like, what am I allowed to do here? Like, can I even touch the guy? How close to the guy can I be? Like, it was full on.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, actually, that reminded me. So that event, we also got, I don't know if it was a gift package, but we got Russian tracksuits.
Awesome.
So it was like track pants, this like really cool track shirt. I showed my friends, and they're like, "That's epic."
It was cool.
We got like a little tiger, like a little stuffed toy tiger that was curling, and yeah, that's probably the weirdest like thing.
I love that.
I've got.
That's a great answer.
Do you have a photo of the tracksuit that you could send the show so we can put it on?
No, but we'll be home in May. So if you can wait till May.
Yeah, we can wait.
I'm not gonna wait to publish it.
No, but we'll do a special episode maybe.
Well, we can retweet it and just
we can put it on social media. Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, send that to us.
Send that to us for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I think Russian tracksuit has to be up there with water skis.
Yeah, water.
Yeah.
Or big wheel of cheese.
Yeah, and big wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
All right. What is a skill or talent outside of curling that you possess that you'd like to tell us about?
Okay, it probably doesn't mean anything to you guys, but I can put mascara on with my left hand. And I can brush my teeth with my left hand, and I'm like not bad at painting. My painting's not bad.
Like
left-handed or
painting
right-handed?
walls or painting art?
No, painting art, like abstract art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just keep rolling around the wall. Like I can paint.
I am a mean house painter.
Yeah.
Look out.
Well, I didn't like you were talking about left-handed, so then I didn't know if you're just talking about like painting a wall with both your left or your right hand, or if
I can tell you that I painted this with my left hand.
Yes, you're also left-handed.
All of
Just take it easy, big guy.
Correct.
Yeah, but mascara is really hard to put on. Well, I guess not if you put it on all the time. So doing it left-handed is a skill.
I appreciate that with like brushing my teeth. If I'm left-handed, golly, I will like.
no, that's hard. I've tried that.
Like, I'll bleed. I reckon if I use my left hand.
All right.
All right, Dean. What about you?
What are your?
I'm really fast at answering math questions.
Whoa.
Like super fast.
Oh my god.
How complicated of math questions are we talking about here?
Give me anything.
Whoa.
You're gonna be
All right, I'm gonna think about something, and I'm just gonna throw it at you in a minute, like in the middle of some other question.
Sine 5 plus cosine of 6.
73.
That could be.
Fuck out of here!
That could be right.
Somebody look that
You
up.
fact check that. I'm gonna ask the next question. If that's right, that's ridiculous.
What did I say? Sine 6 cosine.
I don't know. We're gonna have to go to the tape. I think I blacked out when there was another math question today.
I'm the same. I did not listen to that at all.
I was
I don't
told
know
there'd
if
be no math.
It was quick.
It was quick.
That's quick. Yeah.
I think
It was
you knew that we
super
weren't gonna be able
quick.
to fact check it.
I
so
think
he's
he
making it
did.
up. Anyway, all right. What helped you guys along the way in becoming the curlers that you are, becoming better curlers?
Well, my mom had a big part of the role in who I like, just getting me started, and she's kind of been there with like all the tears and everything. And you know, when you start to doubt yourself, and especially in Australia, you kind of doubt if it's worth it, you know, like with the lack of facilities and everything, it's kind of not ideal. So she really pushed me to think beyond what was possible in Australia. And I think as well, like as a team for us after 2019, the OWIA and all the institutes in Australia really helped us out as well. Like, we wouldn't be able to be over here as much as we are competing against such good teams without their support. So definitely that. And yeah, I think the longer you do it, you kind of appreciate all the bad times, because you always have to make that decision whether you want to keep going or stop, and you become a better person from it. So
what is the OWIA?
The sort of like the Winter Olympic Institute for Australia.
Got it. Okay.
They give us a lot of resources.
I was just trying to figure out. I was trying to do the acronym in my head and I couldn't. So thank you for clarifying.
I know, such a habit.
No, we do the same thing. It's fine because we talk about people by first names and we just assume everybody knows. So I was just figuring it out. Thank you.
Fair.
Dean?
Yeah, it's probably my family too. I mean, I was pretty fortunate to actually go to so many events with them too. Like, Dad played at a number of world championships, and actually like immersing myself into that kind of atmosphere and like being around, thousands of fans, and being, actually I got to walk out with them, at a world championships as their coach.
Okay. I was gonna say, were you ever like an alternate but coach? Yeah, sure. I like that.
Not with Dad, but yeah, I was just fortunate to kind of immerse myself into that and really understand what curling was all about, and get into those small kind of towns and curl in Canada too, to really understand it and appreciate what it actually is, to actually have that passion, ambition from what they did. Because Dad was fortunate enough to make it in the 1992 Olympics when it was a demonstration sport, and wanted to kind of, pursue that further. And he was literally one spot away from making it in 2010 too. So, we've always been really close, and playing with Mum too in mixed doubles. Like, I don't think I'd be where I'm in mixed doubles today without playing at World Championships with her. So, yeah, it's pretty special playing with your family and growing up with that literally my whole life.
Where did you play a World Championship with your mom?
So we played in Lethbridge in 2017, and then in Sweden in 2018.
Okay.
Was this mixed doubles, or was this mixed fours?
Doubles.
Doubles, okay.
Doubles. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to go to a Bonspiel with your ideal team. What's your Bonspiel? And what's your team? And the people don't have to be curlers. They can be curlers. They can be whatever, dead, alive. You can pick this Bonspiel in any era.
You can just say we want to go to a fun Bonspiel too. Your Bonspiel catalog is not as
extensive as ours.
Ours.
Bullshit. You got to pick a specific spiel.
All right.
Or
okay.
I think, I don't know, maybe in this case we can also say they can go to a mixed doubles spiel, because you need a four-person spiel. This is a four-person spiel.
This is not an Australian rules.
No, it's not Australian rules.
Question.
Don't let them off the hook that easy.
Rugby.
No.
Football. What's it called?
Australian football.
Australian rules football is similar to rugby, but not quite the same, right?
Yeah, they do a lot more kicking than they don't really throw it.
And they got the guy. My favorite part of Australian rules is the officials, with the guys that come walk through the posts and do this.
They do this?
Yeah, or this.
They don't do that in rugby?
They got the white hats.
Yeah.
They don't do that in rugby? They just do that in Australian rules
Just
football?
Australian rules football.
Yeah.
Oh,
So do you
like
call
those
it
guys.
Australian rules
Let's get-
football, or do you just call it football?
So we call it footy or AFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because is
Okay.
football soccer there? Or is it?
No, we call it soccer. It depends. I think if you play soccer, you'd call it football, but everyone else calls it soccer.
They're the Socceroos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Got it.
All right, sorry to
answer the
interrupt.
question. Don't let them off the hook.
Barnfield.
Answer your Bonspiel question. Who are you going to Bonspiel with, Tahli?
Mine would be a fun Bonspiel, and I would like to go with, Alan from The Hangover.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
Love that. Great answer.
Kevin Hart and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson are a great duo, so I like them on
Okay.
my team.
Do you want to take a fifth
Beyonce,
person?
because I really want to meet her.
And
I don't
Beyonce.
think
Okay.
crowd. Well, a fifth as well. Jack Black, probably.
No, no other curlers. You're gonna
No
get
other curlers.
you're gonna get creamed in the Bonspiel,
Oh, you need the coach.
Yeah.
but you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
I think it would be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't not have a good time with that.
I wouldn't think so.
That would be a heck of a show.
Yeah.
I would like to go to that Bonspiel as well, just to hang out.
We also know
Yeah.
though that she doesn't care about winning any games.
Yeah, because she came with me at House Hearts. It's fine.
Yeah.
I paid for, so that's not on her.
It's not her
That was
fault
on
that
me.
you
That was-
played with her.
Sorry. All right.
I
Dean, you're
don't
up.
think I played it.
No, it'd have to be a fun spiel for sure. I mean,
Okay.
and you have to get some people. So for me, I'm thinking Mr. Bean. He was my favorite growing up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Rowan Atkinson. All right.
It would be Rebel Wilson.
Oh, she's
Wow.
She's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I'm a big Friends guy, so I'd throw Jennifer Aniston in there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want a fifth? Just in case somebody gets overserved?
Joey.
A fifth.
You could take like a real curler.
I was thinking about that,
Got it.
but that's too boring.
Got it.
I'm not too serious. I would go, in all honesty, Zach Galifianakis from Hangover 2.
All right.
Like, Alan.
Oh, not
It-
Hangover 1? You want Hangover 2? Like the
Oh, sorry, 2 is
lesser one?
As well.
As
Not-
well. Okay.
Also.
Okay.
Not,
Yeah.
not two
Also-
as in the
Yeah,
TW,
'cause, like, yeah.
TOO, so
'Cause
as well.
Hangover 1 was up there and Hangover 2. So,
Yeah.
like, you don't want...
All right. Yes. Okay. Last one.
Yeah.
If curling had a walk-up song and you had a walk-up song, what would your walk-up song be? I assume you're familiar with the parlance of the walk-up song in American baseball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
I've given this some thought. Okay.
have to be a Beyonce song. Sure.
Yeah. Beyond. I kind of have three.
Okay.
Oh,
So is that too many?
Nah.
You
No.
let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. So Diva by Beyonce. That's
Okay.
a good one. The Man by The Killers
Whoa.
and Fortunate Son. I don't know who sings it.
Little Creedence.
CCR.
Wow. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
CCR.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would probably be.
Holy moly. I love those selections.
Yeah.
Dean?
I'd probably go for like a hype up, like Centuries by Fall Out Boy. And something that'd be like, I don't know, a draw for the win kind of thing.
Okay.
It'd be like Bittersweet Symphony. I just
Oh.
love that song. He tingles.
The Verve. All right. I love those answers. Those are some great answers for walk-up songs. All right. Well, thank you so much
Wait,
for coming on.
you didn't ask them if they have any sponsors
Oh
they'd
yeah,
like
do you
to
want to
shout
mention,
out?
got any sponsors do you want to mention? Shout out? You guys gotta have some sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, Balance Plus is our primary sponsor. So their equipment is second to none, and we love them. And we don't actually have any other real sponsors, but we get funding from a couple of different government institutes in Australia. So the Olympic Winter Institute of Australia, the Victorian Institute of Sport, Queensland Academy of Sport, the Australian Sports Commission, the Australian Olympic Committee. Yeah, we appreciate what they do for us because, in all honesty, for the time that we're in Edmonton, we just could not do it without them. So we appreciate everything they do for us. And yeah, hopefully we can get some results for them too and keep building Australian curling, really.
For sure.
Fantastic. Well, I think that you guys did a great job drawing attention to the sport. And like, it wasn't just an Australian thing. I mean, like, everybody in the world took note when you guys qualified. at least anybody who was paying attention, I think, took note when you guys qualified, and it was a big deal, and it was, something to be proud of, and I think that hopefully that continues, and then that just builds on itself and grows the sport at home for you.
Yeah, thank you. That'll forever be one of the greatest memories for me, and as a team as well. So we're glad that we were able to have, any impact on Australia, and if we could go beyond that, then that's a bonus. So thank you. That means a lot.
You betcha. Good luck at Worlds.
Thank you.
Good luck in whatever other events come after that, and safe travels wherever you go from Edmonton to Worlds. And do you go to Worlds back home?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Boom. Worlds back home. Finally.
Yep.
All right.
What do you miss most about home? How long has it been since you've been home?
We've been away since pretty much
New Year's Day.
New Year's, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you miss most since you've been gone?
My family.
Oh, come on!
Okay, not your family.
What's the first thing you're
besides
gonna
the obvious
eat,
stuff,
or the
yeah,
first
ready, go get it.
the first restaurant, or the first
food or snacks
drink
or-
you need to have when you get home?
Going to a cafe. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the cafes over here are not great. It's like a place to get some dark brown liquid, which they call coffee, instead of a proper cafe with a really nice brunch, breakfast, lunch, whatever it might be. Yeah, 100% missing that the most.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say going to the beach.
Please, you never go to the beach.
I do. I go to the beach all the time. I know I don't look like I go to the beach because I'm trying to.
She's been living in Edmonton
Yeah, I don't
for
think
the
there are any
last
beaches in
4
Edmonton,
months.
really.
Give her a break.
Yeah, come on.
Going to the beach.
Going to the beach and lemon lime bitters. I love that drink.
Yeah.
You can't get it over here. I don't know why. I think I was telling someone at House of Hearts that I just would love lemon lime bitters. But
We were discussing it. I was trying to figure out what was most like it here,
I don't know.
and yeah, it's good. Yeah. So
yeah.
all right, very
That-
good. Good luck.
Right. We've got
Enjoy it when you get back home. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll see you again next year in Madison, hopefully.
yeah.
For sure, we'll be there.
We'll definitely
All right.
do that.
Thanks,
Very good.
everyone.
Thanks for having
Thanks.
us.
Good curling.
Cheers.
Season 3, episode 12. That's it. Big thanks to Tahli and Dean for coming on from way out iced. That's a long story. Big thanks to Motus for continuing to sponsor the show. I think we got 1 episode left. I think we're going to do that later this week. So if you're watching this out of order, whatever. Email the show, curlingnation@curlingnetwork.com if you need some cards for your summer spiel or whatever you might have left of curling this season or next season or whatever. Or let us know who we should have on the show. I don't care. Do whatever. Tell us how great we are. Tell us how handsome Craig looks. That's the best part. I think that's it. I don't know. Find us on Facebook, Twitter. That's about all we're on for social media. We don't do the gram. We don't do the TikTok.
I'm too old for that, Mike.
Me too.
Me too.
All right. Great. Mike McDermott,
Craig.
Joel Dietz, Curling Nation. Oh.